standardized term to science. Welcome friends, today we are going to see about Unit 2 Water. Friends, now let us see the introduction. நீர் என்று அமையாது உலகெண்ணின் யார் யாருக்கும் வானென்று அமையாது ஒழுக்கு. திருக்குறள். So, without rain there cannot be the flowing of water. So friends, we cannot survive without water. Friends, now let us see the sources of water. Water is the most abundant substance on the earth. It fills the seas, rivers and lakes and covers more than 2/3 of the earth's surface. It also exists as snow and ice on mountains. In the atmosphere, water is present in huge quantities as vapor and clouds. The following are the sources of water: river water and lake water, sea water, well water, spring water and underground water. River water and lake water. River is a channel through which fresh water flows. The organ is usually hills or mountains and it flows towards ocean and sea and lake. River water and lake water. Lake is an area filled with water. Man-made lakes created when dam is built on a river is called reservoir. Small areas filled with water are called ponds. Rivers, streams, groundwater, rainfall, melting snows, or a combination of these are the sources of water in lakes, reservoirs and ponds. As less amount of salt is dissolved in it, it is suitable for drinking and irrigation. Sea water. Due to the presence of more amount of salt, sea water is called saline water. Approximately 3.5% or 35 parts per thousand. Underground water. During rainfall, part of the rainwater gets absorbed in the soil. It flows through various layers of the soil till it reaches hard rock, where it gets accumulated to form reservoir called underground water. Well water. When the earth's surface is dug deep, water reservoirs are found above the rocks. Well water contains soluble impurities depending upon the nature of soil. Let us see spring water. Sometimes the accumulated underground water applies pressure on the rocks and comes out of the earth's surface in the form of a spring from any available opening. This water is called spring water. Now let us see the water cycle. Continuous movement of water from the earth to the atmosphere and back to the earth is known as water cycle or hydrologic cycle. Evaporation. The process in which water is changed into water vapor by the heat of the sun is called evaporation. Condensation. The process of converting water vapor into water on cooling is called condensation. This is the image of the hydrological cycle or water cycle. Precipitation. The water droplets join together to form clouds. As they get cooler, the droplets become bigger and heavier and fall as rain. Following back to ocean. Rainwater forms streams and springs which join together to form river. Rivers flow finally into the sea and ocean, thereby completing the cycle. Water management. Water management. Friends, this figure shows the water percentage of water available in our earth. Freshwater management. Water management is the activity of planning, developing and managing the optimum use of water resources. Rainwater harvesting. The process of collecting rainwater from the rooftop of the buildings is called rainwater harvesting. It is the government of Tamil Nadu leads the nation in implementing rainwater harvesting program and make it mandatory for all houses and buildings. Advantages. Rainwater harvesting can reduce soil loss. Rainwater harvesting can reduce flooding in the cities. Groundwater level can be increased. It can improve plant growth. Farm ponds. The farm pond is a structure dug out on the earth. It is usually square or rectangular in shape. Rainwater is stored in it for irrigation purpose. This is the image of the farm ponds. Wastewater management. Use water from any combination of activities such as domestic houses, industrial, commercial, agricultural is called wastewater. Generally, wastewater is treated by physical, chemical and biological process using filtration, sedimentation, adding cow dung powder and bacteria. Advantages. There is no water pollution. It prevents waterborne diseases. Desalination of seawater. Desalination is an artificial process of converting saline water into fresh water. The common desalination process or distillation. Reverse osmosis. This is the reverse osmosis and condensation plus disinfection method. Water pollution. Contamination of water bodies by human activities is called water pollution. These unwanted and harmful substances which pollute water are called water pollutants. Sources of water pollution. Industrial waste, sewage, domestic waste, chemical fertilizers and insecticides, synthetic detergents, oil spill. Prevention of water pollution. Excess use of fertilizers and pesticides should be avoided in agricultural land. Use of synthetic detergents should be minimized or biodegradable detergents should be used. Waterborne diseases. Illness caused by the microorganisms present in the untreated or contaminated water is called waterborne diseases. Types of waterborne diseases. Diarrhea, dysentery, typhoid and cholera are some of the common waterborne diseases. Prevention of waterborne diseases. Drink boiled or pastured milk. Dispose infections wastes properly. Chlorinated and boiled water should be used for drinking. Other diseases. Apart from the waterborne diseases mentioned above, there are many diseases which are spread by vectors which breed in stagnant water in a surrounding. Dengue fever. Dengue is a viral disease spread by Aedes female mosquitoes that bite during daytime. They breed in clean stagnant water found in containers and old tires. Symptoms: high fever, severe headache, muscle and joint pain. Prevention: spray the house with the anti-mosquito spray. Try to wear clothes that cover skin areas. Close the doors and windows. Do not leave stagnant water anywhere. Treatment: dengue is caused by a virus and so there is no specific treatment or cure. Swine flu. Swine flu is a respiratory disease caused by influenza virus that infects the respiratory tracts of pigs and results in barking cough. Please like my video and subscribe our channel. Thank you friends.